I want to mention that CCTV from Salem is recording this in a video tonight, and it'll be shown on that station in a few weeks, and then you may be able to see it on YouTube after that. You will be able to. So thanks for them for showing up. Next performer is Lou Beaudry. He fished for over 40 years in Bristol Bay and Prince William Sound, and he's from McCall, Idaho, and I don't really know what river that might be on, but he can tell us if there's a salmon swims by there now and then, maybe.
Well, there used to be more salmon in Idaho before the dams, but I got this first songs that I wrote for a friend of mine I met up in Cordova. I know there's some people from Cordova here, and probably you know Victor Alday. Victor was born down in Chile and was fishing all his life. He came up to Puget Sound area and then eventually up to Alaska and Cordova. That's where I met him. He was quite a character. He still had his Chilean accent and his brown skin, and was a very proud professional deckhand his whole life. He never wanted to be a skipper or own a boat, and it served him well. Anyway, Victor, I got to know him fairly well, and he said he was retiring after the season, so I spent the last half of the season writing a song about him, his retirement song, and then we had a party for him on the boat, and the next year he was back out fishing on another boat. Yeah. I think he's off the boats now, but he still comes up and hangs nets all summer. This is a song for Victor. He makes the coffee. He's up at 4 a.m. The deck is ready. Way before I am. He'll run the deck for 3 days straight, and also 3 long nights. When he bends the gear, how his fingers fly, and his knots are sure and tight. Then you'll find him in the galley, whipping up some fine cuisine. He's the best damn deckhand I have ever seen. He's a brown man, and I don't mean tan. He come up north here from a foreign land. He's been around a time or two, you know it at first sight. There's nothing slow about this guy. He's clever and he's bright. He'll do anything that needs being done, and it's better in the end. He's the best damn deckhand. I'm proud that he's my friend. But his English language isn't all that great. Hands are very, very good, and his back is strong and straight. You know it when he's in the room. His voice lights up the place. Just to hear him tell those stories puts a smile upon your face. He dominates conversations, and he brags a little too. He's the best damn deckhand that I ever knew. Oh, he'll sweep the galley, work the deck, he'll bait the hooks and stack the net. Take a wheel watch, cook the dinner, always looks for jumps and finners. Teach a greenhorn how to mend it, if he's got money he will spend it. Pull the anchor, do the dishes, always as the skipper wishes. His heart is proud, and his smile genuine. He's the best damn deckhand you will ever find. Travels light, doesn't need much stuff, just some clean underwear and his extra toughs. He owns no permits, nets, or gear, so his debt service is clean. And he doesn't own a fishing boat, so he must be smarter than me. Always works for highliners, always in demand. He's the best damn crewman in this entire land. We started down in Chile at the age of just 13. Been at it 50 years or more, and he's still fit and lean. Anchovies, tuna, sardines, cod, and crab and salmon too. He's caught and sold more species than I ever knew. Not a farmer, not a carpenter, not a landlubber it seems. He's the best damn deckhand you will ever see. He'll sweep the galley, work the deck, he'll bait the hooks and stack the net. Take a wheel watch, cook the dinner, always looks for jumps and finners. Teach a greenhorn how to mend it, he's got money, he will spend it. Pull the anchor, do the dishes, always as the skipper wishes. His heart is proud, and his smile genuine. He's the best damn deckhand you will ever find. He's a professional crewman, this world's best deckhand. Well, there's another class of deckhands. You get them out on a boat. They're part of a team and they got a job to do, focused, no distractions, and they're pretty good hands on a boat. Back in town, maybe not so much. I've been stuck here in these shallows where there's danger all around. There are rocks and shallow shoals, man can easy run aground. And at every low tide there's the smell of something rotten. And every inch that water drops I'm closer to the bottom. Oh, I have let these shallows get me down. Got to catch that rising tide, leave this rocky ground, out offshore where it's cool and clear and clean all around. I'm looking for deeper water, I need to feel that depth below. Got to tap that energy, get out of these shallows. Looking for deeper water, out where it's crystal blue, and where I ask myself tough questions, I just might find the truth in deep water. Tied here to the dock, there's temptation in this town. Here I have it past, and it follows me around. I hear the call of alcohol all along the waterfront. Though I try to resist, the devil knows I won't. Oh, please tell me it's time to go to sea. I've got to leave this coast, get out where I feel free, out to the deep where my demons will not follow me. I'm looking for deeper water, need to feel that depth below. Got to leave this rocky ground, get out of these shallows. Looking for deeper water, out where it's crystal blue. Well, when I ask myself tough questions, I just might find the truth in deep water. There's another gentleman I wrote a song for that I met in Cordova also. His name is Tony Baran. He was an immigrant to the States from the Czech Republic. And he fished around the Puget Sound area and then eventually came up to Cordova and gill netted on the Copper River Delta, where I started fishing when I was just a young hippie. Well, Tony was already a pretty advanced fisherman at the time then. As I paid attention to him, and maybe I learned a little bit of something from him. Eventually, I earned his respect, and we became friends. He was a real hard charger when he was young, pulling fish out of the breakers and fishing tough weather. And then later when I became a seiner, I was fortunate enough to have a berth on H-float in the Cordova Harbor, directly across from Tony. He had his old ragtag bow picker out there, and so we had plenty of times to have coffee and tell stories. And he'd gotten older then, and he'd slowed down, and he'd kind of reached his angle of repose. He still wanted to fish, and he did it until he just couldn't anymore. But he didn't fish tough weather, and he didn't stick around for silvers and it. He'd, I don't know, like all of us, he'd had a good life with some hard spots in it. And he'd kind of landed in a nice place towards the end there. So I wrote this song for him. And I got it done, and I thought, this is just as much about me as it is about him. He had a boat, he had an old crab boat once that was kind of one of the rough patch in his life, called the Compass Rose. So I call this Compass Rose. There's a place on every sailor's chart they call the Compass Rose. It shows direction and it points true north, from which you set your course. As you're traveling through these waters, with their many rocks and shallow shoals, keep your hand steady on the wheel and stay lined up with the compass road. There must be 1,000 ways a man can fall off course. I've found my share right or wrong. Just when I think I might be in control, I realize I'm just drifting along. I'm a sailor on a single-handed vessel, though I've tried to stay on courses that are known. Tides and currents sometimes are too strong, and the wind and fog no one can own. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's bad. But I made it through from the wrong side of the weather just a few more times, and I wish I had. When I was younger, I worked harder. Sometimes now I think maybe I still should. But there's no shame just to carry with the current. And as I'm older, drifting's feeling pretty good. I guess I really do not need too much, and you cannot hold what matters most to me. Like talking coffee with a dear old friend, and a sweet salt breeze blowing across the sea. Oh, I've had some times, I'll tell you, as I sailed upon this sea. I have laughed and I have cracked till I cracked open, and by God, that's been enough for me. So I've learned just to take it as it comes. Watch for rocks, keep a weather eye. So raise your glass and return my smile as you see me drifting by. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's bad. I made it through from the wrong side of the weather just a few more times than maybe I should have. Guess I really do not need too much. Cannot hold what matters most to me. So raise your glass to a dear old friend who's lying easy on the anchor in the sea.